Hi everyone, I hope you're well. I hope you're having a good week. Thank you for coming back. I've got quite a lot to update you with, so let's just get into it. I went to Stitch Festival on Saturday at the Business Design Centre in London, and it was fantastic. I had the most amazing day. It was a long day because I got up at 4 in order to get my coach for 6 o'clock in the morning. We got there just after 10. There was so much to look at. I didn't take any video because I just wanted to experience it. I got lots of lovely little bits and pieces, so I will go through those with you, and then we'll have an update on everything else. The first thing I've got to show you is these fabric squares, and I just think these are so beautiful. I don't actually know what I'm going to do with them. I was thinking possibly making a project bag. I'll just show you them all because they're all different. So I got a robin, I got a hare, a little hedgehog, got a toad, I got another hare. They are from Shoot Lane. All the pictures are drawn and watercolour painted by the lady, and then they're printed onto fabric, and they're just so beautiful. They had so many to choose from, and there was like offer. I think it was something like 6 for, well, I don't know, how many did I buy? Did I buy 6? 6 for £11 or something like that. But yeah, they were just lovely, and I just, even though I have absolutely no idea what to do with them, I had to get them. I think it probably will be a knitting project bag, because I make my project bags. I'll show you this one here just because it's here with my current project in. So I make my project bags. I absolutely love them. They're 100% cotton, and they're fantastic. I've got them in all different sizes and all different colours, and they're great for crochet when you're just carrying around balls of wool. But as I will get into shortly, I have now also taken up knitting. So the big holes in the bags are not particularly helpful. So I want to get one, I want to make one that doesn't have the holes so that I can carry my needles and things around. So that would be perfect. It would make a super cute project bag. I'm not a sewer, but I'll give it a go. It's only me that's going to be using it, so we'll see. Next thing that I got is from Whimperous Embroidery. I think that's how you say it. But anyway, these are fantastic, and I just couldn't leave them there. So this is a sticker, and it says crafty beep. And this is the matching pin badge, which I just think they're brilliant. So yeah, I had to get those. So yeah, Whimperous Embroidery they are from. She had just the most amazing embroidery kits. Embroidery kits was one thing on my list that I really wanted to get, but I didn't. The only reason I didn't is because actually I've got all the stuff at home to do embroidery, and when I was kind of looking at the prices of the embroidery kits, even though they're worth every penny, all I kept thinking to myself was, actually, probably got all the stuff to be able to do it at home. I didn't buy any embroidery kits, but I did buy those from her. They were fantastic. I got a couple of patterns which I'm really excited about. So these are from Cozy Rosie UK. It's such a lovely lady. I actually stood there and talked to her for a little bit, and she was just lovely. She had everything that she had a pattern for. She had the items made up there. And I particularly loved this, and I'm going to get the yarn that she recommends for this. This jumper was just beautiful. It's called the Glorioso Flame Sweater. Sorry about the shine on there. But you can't really tell here, but it's got like this beautiful panel that runs all the way down the arm in white. That was kind of, I don't know, it's kind of like, I want to say like a lace effect, but not really lace, but you get what I mean. Like it's got holes, and it's just really beautiful, and that is going to be on my list for work in progresses very soon. The other one I got is Wrapped Up in Diamonds sweater, which was really pretty. They had like a cropped version made up there for you to look at. I'm not into cropped, I prefer oversized and long, so that is probably what I will do with it. But yeah, it was really lovely, so I'm really pleased with those patterns. I can't wait to get started on those. On the theme of patterns, now this lady, I have actually seen her at a couple of shows. She was at Unraveled Festival, I think, and I remember just I will put in a picture if I can find one of the way that she displays her stand, at these festivals, and honestly, it's just amazing. This is Kerry Lord, and it is Toft Crochet. And the way she does a display, she's just got all these colourful birds just hanging everywhere, and some are perched because some have got wire in, and it just looks brilliant. And I would have my front room done out with all the birds. So yeah, I had to get this book, which has got all of the birds in it, as like a show special. You write your email address down and she will send you an email with some extra patterns that aren't in the book, and she also signed it for me. So yeah, I'm really, really pleased with that. I'm really excited to get started. There's the two that I'm particularly excited to start first are the Raven and the Cockatiel, because I have a cockatiel named Emmett. He's funny. Actually think that they're cockatoos. Cockatiels. I will get started on those, but I want to make them all. I think they're great. They look fantastic when they're all kind of hung up there. Saying about embroidery, the fact that I didn't actually buy any embroidery kits. The one that I did buy, because it was a really good price. I think this was £14, I want to say. And this is from Anne's Orchard Beadwork, and it was so different, and I haven't really seen anything like it before. So I had to get it, but it's a kit, and you've got everything in there, and these are all beads. So you actually kind of sew the beads on and then leave the negative space, and they had all different shapes, but stars are my shape. Like if there's something that I'm going to buy and it's got a star on it or it's star shaped, one of my dogs is actually called Star. Like I have this thing for stars. So this one had to be the one, but yeah, it's so beautiful, and she had them all made up and on the wall, and I just loved it. So I thought I did actually used to do beadwork. I love anything that's intricate like that. I used to make gemstone jewelry, and I kind of miss it. So yeah, I thought I'd give that a go. And following on from that, from Spellbound Bead Company. Now this store it just blew my mind. The things that they had made up, it was so fantastic. They had little characters that you could do. They had jewelry, all different things, Christmas decorations. They were all hung and they just looked beautiful. But this one really caught my eye. There we go. Can you see it? It's called the Bramble Necklace Kit. They had another one which I was debating on, which had toadstools, and that one had a matching pair of earrings as well that you make. I just love Bramble. I love blackberries and all that kind of thing. Like this is my vibe. So I had to get it, and it's so intricate. I mean, the beads are they're seed beads, so they're absolutely teeny weeny. I can't think how much the kit was, possibly $19.99, that kind of £20-ish. But again, they had all of these made up, and this just looked absolutely lovely. So at some point I will sit down and do that. Might do that in a video, although I wouldn't be able to do the whole thing in a video because it would probably take me about 10 years. But yeah, I'm excited for that. Like, I do love intricate beadwork. The stitching post was there. They were the first people I saw. As soon as I walked through the door, I looked to the right and I was like, I recognise those applique butterfly cushions. And the reason I recognise them, which again I'll go on to in a second, is because I have just booked my classes for the Carry On Crafting Festival that I'm going to in July, and hers is one of them that I booked. It's I can't think, it is applique. There's a term for it. I'll look at it in my notes in a minute. But so I saw her there. I recognised her cushions. I went over. I said, "Are you doing the courses?" And she went, "Yes, I am." And I said, "Oh, I just booked one of your courses." So I stood and talked to her for a little while. She was lovely. But I tried not to take up too much of all of their time because, I mean, it's a 4-day event for them, and they must just talk to so many people. They must just be all talked out and feeling a little bit cuckoo by the end of it. But it was lovely. I talked to loads of people. Would I go to Stitch Festival again? Probably not. I did really enjoy it, and I'm glad that I went, and there was lots of things that I could have spent a lot more money than I did. However, there is one in October which I'll be going to called the Knitting and Stitching Show, because I felt a little bit disappointed that there was not more hand-dyed wool there, and I understand why there wasn't. To be honest, I mean, I've got plenty. Didn't really need any more. There were a couple of yarn dyers there. but not very many. And I just, yeah, I wanted a little bit more of that because that's, you know, that's where my heart lies. I love embroidery. I will try anything craft wise, but yeah, I would have liked to have had a bit more. So I think the knitting and stitching show at Alexandra Palace in October, that's probably going to be a bit more my sort of thing, because they will it will be everything that I like. It'll be embroidery, it'll be tapestry, knitting and crochet and things like that. So I'm looking forward to that one. That, I imagine that one will probably be the one that I put on my calendar every year rather than the Stitch Festival. But I'm really glad I went. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. The other thing to update you with is, as I mentioned, I have booked my classes for Carry On Crafting Festival in July. I booked pottery, which is something I've always wanted to have a go at. I've always wanted to have a go at pottery. I've been to like the places where you paint your own pottery and stuff like that, but I actually want to make it. I want to have a go at making something. So I've got, I don't know how to pronounce this. They're on Instagram and she looks absolutely fantastic. I think it's Bisqued Ceramics. Anyway, so I've booked her pottery class. Oh, the one that is from the Stitching Post is called Needle Turn Applique, and that is the butterfly cushion that I recognised on her stall at the Stitch Festival. It's Needle Turn Applique, so I'm looking forward to learning that one. And I also booked bookbinding, where you actually bind your own books. Like, that is going to be, and that's by Pretty Punky Crafts. I'm really excited about that one. That is, I love anything to do with books, anything to do with notebooks. Like, I've constantly got 1,000,001 notebooks around me. I'm always writing in various books. I keep a journal. So I'm really excited about that one. So those are my classes for Carry On Crafting. Should be fun. I finished this cardigan. Honestly, I have not taken it off since I finished it, since it came off the blocking board. I absolutely love it. I've called it the Danbury cardigan because it's the first one that I made with my new hook from the Danbury Wood Workshop. But yeah, I absolutely love it. I wore it to Stitch Festival on Saturday and I got so many comments about it. I have done a separate short, so if you go and have a look at my shorts, you'll see the one about this cardigan where you get to see it in full length and my terrible modelling skills. I have a little look at that, but I love this cardigan. I want 1,000,000 more. I want to make it in all sorts of different colours. And in fact, my 8-year-old daughter said to me this morning that she wants one. I mean, this could be a real good way of using up some yarn that I have, because I could make these all day long and it was so quick to make. I am kind of debating on doing a tutorial on it, so if anyone fancies that, then just let me know in the comments. It's tutorials isn't something that I was actually ever planning to do, because I imagine they're really difficult, like really difficult. I don't know, but I mean, it's so lovely. And if you're like me and you love the hexacardies, but you know, get a bit disheartened after you've done the hexagons and realise you've got so much more to do, then yeah, it could be the perfect cardigan for you. And it certainly is for me. I love it. It's my favourite hexacardi I've ever made. So yes, this will be how I'm doing it in future. And I also finished my pattern test top, which I haven't got on me. It's outside actually, but I still need to take the pictures of me wearing it. So once I take pictures, I love it. The colours are beautiful in the boho spirit wicked yarn. The only thing is that I mean, it says in the pattern that the top is supposed to be figure hugging. It's not, you know, it's not an oversized sweater. However, I don't particularly like figure hugging clothes. I like my clothes to be oversized. There's a sensory thing that I like to, yeah, I just, it's not, I don't particularly like the fit. I like how quickly it works up, and I love the look of the jumper. So I might make another one, but actually make it oversized and see how it looks being oversized. But obviously, because I was testing the pattern, I have to kind of stick to what the designer had in mind for it. So I mean, it's lovely. It's a great sweater, and I will take a picture of myself in it at some point. The other update I've got for you is I have taught myself to knit. Now, don't worry. I'm still a crochet girl at heart. I'm always going to be. Crochet is what I love. I will always have a crochet project on the go, always. But I so desperately want to be able to knit socks. I do 17th century reenactment, I wanted to add some more crafts to my repertoire that I can do whilst at the village to demonstrate what they would have been doing in their homes craft-wise in the 17th century. Embroidery is a massive one, which is why I really want to brush up on my embroidery skills. I'm not very good. I'm very much a newbie, so I want to brush up on that. And I also wanted to learn to knit with double pointed needles, which I have done. I have taught myself to knit with double pointed needles. I haven't got them here to show you, but I might do a separate video on the knitting side of it. But I have got wool, hand spun wool, which I got from an amazing Etsy seller who spins it herself and dyes it with natural colouring like they would have done. So I'm currently knitting a pair of stockings to actually wear when I'm doing reenactments. I'll carry on working on them, but I can sit and do that when I'm actually at the village, because flat knitting is actually a more modern thing. Back in the day, then it would have kind of all been done in the round on double pointed needles. They would have made hats, they would have made, socks and all that kind of thing on them. So I'm really glad that I've learned to do that. However, 21st century me also wants knitted socks, and I want them to be pretty. So I've had this for ages. Actually, this is a yarn I bought at Unravel Festival ages ago, and I've kind of just had it sitting there. I love it. It's from, I believe, Rosie's Moments, and the colorway is Treetops, and I absolutely love it. It's all these greens, and there's little flecks of like purple and orange and whatnot in there. It's beautiful. And I really want some socks in it. So I have hyper fixated, and I mean hyper fixated, to the point actually it's really bad, and I do not recommend this at all, but my hands and my arms have been hurting because I have been so determined. When I love learning new skills, but when I do learn them, I want to be amazing at them immediately. Like I want to go from newbie to expert in a day. Like I can't be doing with all this learning. So I get, when something really kind of grips me, I hyperfixate, and that is what I have been doing with regards to sock knitting. In fact, I've also joined a club by Stitches and Cream. I've joined her sock club because I'm so determined to make myself socks. Even if the only thing I ever knit is socks, I would be more than happy with that. Can you imagine, like, everybody I know getting a funky pair of hand knitted socks, getting a pair of hand knitted socks from my cat's having some sort of fit upstairs. She's like running backwards and forwards. It sounds like a herd of elephants. She's just a teeny tiny cat. So I am determined. So this is how it's going so far. Now, don't judge. We don't judge. It's only a tiny bit. It's the ribbing. Now, this is what I've got to show for a week's worth of hyperfixating over knitting. The reason for that is I tried to tell myself when I started crocheting, like, you know what it's like when you first start, you end up with all these random granny squares all over the place, that are all weird and wonky and different colours and different yarns, and they're good for nothing, and you've got them all over the place. So that is exactly what I have ended up with. I've ended up with loads of top parts of socks all over the place, where I've just been practicing. I've been trying the different kinds of needles that you can get. I've got magic loop, obviously I've taught myself DPNs. I've got 9-inch circulars, and I have now worked out that my favorite way of doing it is the 9-inch circular. I just think it's so much more comfortable, it's so quick, and I just love it. And also, like, my ribbing has gone off a couple of times. I've now, just in the last sort of 24 hours, worked out how you can tell if a stitch is a knit or a purl stitch while you're doing it, which is really handy, because obviously now my ribbing is starting to look a lot better and a lot more uniform. I don't know what that bit's doing there. But yeah, so I'm finally happy with this bit of ribbing. that I'm doing, which is good. So I mean, I'm not going to be, I know this is, they're for me. The first pair of socks I make are for me. And the lovely lady from Stitches and Cream Sock Club, I was watching the videos that you get access to when you sign up to the club. Something that she said really kind of hit home with me, which was her favourite pair of socks, and it is the first pair of socks that she ever knitted. And she looks back at them now and she can see all the imperfections and everything that she'd done wrong. However, they're still her favourite pair of socks because they are the first pair of socks she ever wore. And I keep saying that to myself, like, these are not going to be perfect by any stretch, because they are the first pair of socks I have ever made. As long as they're wearable, that's all that matters, because I'm sure that I am going to love them anyway, because they will be my first pair. And I've been so desperate to make my own socks. I've tried to crochet socks. In fact, it's a running joke. I've tried to crochet socks so many times. My other half just takes the mick out of me. Everywhere we go that's crochet related, he'll say, "Can you crochet socks?" Basically saying, because she can't. So yeah, I've got all these, like, he uses, I've got so many single socks that do not even look like socks that he now uses to, like, keep his tools in, and yeah, just ridiculous. But no crochet sock to me, it comes close to a knitted sock. Like, for me, socks should be knitted. So I'm determined, and that will become a sock. Mark my words, this will be a sock. Hopefully 2. Like, I mean, 2 socks would be great. But at the moment, I will be really happy with 1. Update on the works in progress. Obviously, 2 of my main works in progress I've now finished. So I'm kind of at a point now where the only work in progress that I've really got going on is the blanket for my brother, which I haven't actually picked up in ages. I really need to sort my life out and get going. But I've been kind of in knitting zone. I haven't started anything else. My little girl, as I said, has said that she wants one of these cardigans, so I will do that. These will take no time at all, little versions, so I will get started on that today probably, and they'll be done in a couple of... I have 2 little ones, so one's 7 and one's 8. They're exactly the same size, so I'll make them 1 each, and that would be super cute. And if there's enough yarn left over, I might make myself a matching one, and we can be matchies, we could be besties. And you know, because soon they'll be at an age where they would die before they were seen in the same sort of things as their mum. So let's do it. Let's make matchy cardies. The only change to the work in progress list is I want to do the Glorioso Flame Sweater by Cozy Rosie UK. That I love it so much. I need to do that. And I'm not doing the pirate ship anymore. I'm not doing it. And the reason I'm not doing it is because I personally think it's really important to keep this fun, because this is my hobby. This is what I do. You know, I'm a mum and I've got animals and I'm a carer for my disabled children. Knitting and crochet and crafts are my hobbies. They're not a business. I don't make any money from, I don't sell anything. The only thing I might do is make Christmas gifts for people, birthday gifts, and give them to them. Everything else I crochet is for myself or for my family. This isn't a business for me. So, and it never will be, because I will always be a carer for my youngest child. So I need to keep it fun. Like, I'm not stressing myself out with it. And when I went to the crochet group, I went there with the intention of it being like a knit and natter. So I thought I was going to rock up, drink tea and maybe eat some cakes and some biscuits and talk whilst working on my own projects. That's what I wanted to do. But it wasn't that. I took on the pirate ship and whatnot, and I got home and I thought to myself, I know exactly what I'm going to do. And this is a classic ADHD thing. Said yes, brought it home. I will leave it till the last minute because I've got so many other things that I want to be working on of my own. Sorry if you can hear the scratching noise. It's my bearded dragon scratching against the glass. Clearly he wants bugs. I will leave it till the last minute. I will stress myself out. I will try and do it. It will be it won't be my top-notch work. It will be substandard for what I can actually achieve, and it won't be fun. I've got so many things of my own that I want to do. I just, it wasn't what I wanted, so I gave it all back and I said, you know, I'm really sorry, I'm not going to do it, because I'm at that point in my life where I would rather say no than repeat old habits of it not being fun. So I've said no to the pirate ship, and I found another group which I'm going to go to on Wednesday, which I'm really, really excited about. That is definitely a knit and natter. It's in my local craft store, and they do everything there. They do fabric, yarn. Other than that, I think that's about it. I don't have a day of the week that I'm going to be uploading videos, only because just the way that my life is, I don't actually ever know when I'm going to be able to sit down and record, when I'm going to get the opportunity to edit, and you know, it's just, my life isn't the sort where I can really stick to a day of the week. I will try to aim. Monday is always a really good day for me to record, because Monday is my at-home day. All my children go to school, and Mondays is my day where I kind of sit down and record. I try to edit the same day, just to get it all kind of out the way and over and done with, but it might not always work out like that. So at the moment, at this stage, I can't really give you a day of the week that I'm going to be uploading, but hopefully that will change. Hopefully I can get into a routine. I will endeavor to get a video out every week. We'll try. Oh, we'll try. If you want them, if you want to watch them, you know, if you want to watch my videos, I will try. Take care of yourselves. Have an amazing rest of your week, and I will see you again really, really soon.